14 ounces. Try something out here. I don't know if it's gonna work. Over $17. Easily, I can keep this reasonable and It has been about 1 week now. It did not mix. This may be a very bad idea. It's purple now. I wonder if that will separate back out. I have a feeling it probably will. Tell me what you guys think. Would that cause an issue on this oil? We're gonna see if it has separated. I've been very careful. I have not sloshed it around or anything. Today is gonna be on chemicals, kind of. If you've been watching my channel any length of time, a big theme is trying to save a little bit of money. I just purchased this recently here off of Amazon. It was the best price I could find. It was under current prices, under $8. I do have links in my description. If you do not have one of these, I would recommend picking one up, at least one. I like duplicates of things. This was my first one. I liked it so well. I knew I was gonna do this, but I wanted to get this one because I wanted a secondary one anyway. These work great on the Husqvarna saws where they have a hole in the end of the crank where you can just eject grease into the bearing on the clutch side. Really cool. I like that. And also I just used it on my Pro Yama string trimmer as well. And I was able to inject grease into the gearbox. Something that's less prevalent nowadays though is holes in the tips of your bar. Push it in there. I just do one pump. Grease in it. It's a greased tip. That used to be real prevalent. Many of you know that. You know, under $8 is not too bad for this. I feel like under $8 I would not have even really thought too much about this. And I'll get to that here in a moment. But when I went to Northern Tool, they are a steel dealership and they sell some Husqvarna stuff as well. This was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had one of these Oregon injectors and it was over $17. That's a lot of money. $17. I think Lowe's probably has them for less, but it's certainly more than I paid for this one here. My thought is, and I have seen someone do it, but I'm gonna give it a shot myself to see if it's worth it. I was gonna just go ahead and get a tube of grease, just some sort of high temp grease, anything. I didn't care what it was, as long as it was more of like a high temp. That's what I wanted. I know it's probably not necessary. I was gonna go ahead and get a tube of grease. Those are 14 ounces for the big grease guns. Well, I found that all those were over $10 each. Now that's certainly a lot less than this, okay, if you buy it at Lowe's or Northern Tool. But they had one of these left and no one had bought it because it had grease slathered all on the outside, but it was still sealed. This thing was less than $5 and it's 14 ounces and it says it's for high temp applications. I've been told that the grease does not really matter all that much in these applications. It's just hopefully you have grease rather than nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Walmart special here, $5, 14 ounces. I don't know what the measurements are on these, but I can't imagine them being more than 4 ounces or so. I will go ahead and get the information up in the video. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna do a nasty job right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pack this thing with grease. What I'm about to do is not something that I came up with. Now, I did think of doing it, but I did see another channel do it, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to give credit to that. I'm gonna try to find the video. He did it a little bit differently, but one of the best tips that he came up with was this straw. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you, and like I said, I will go ahead and show the channel and the video link to the original poster of this. I don't know if he is the original poster, but it's gonna be the one that I saw it on. I wanna give it a shot, see if this is worthwhile doing. I've got the rubber gloves out here, and so let's try. Now, I'm anticipating a little bit of trouble getting the plunger out of this guy right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off. It's about time to put some gloves on, I can tell you that. And I'm putting disposable gloves on. Some good thin needle nose pliers would be in order right now for sure. You'll see. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Let's see if it's a debacle or not. I want to get some long reach needle nose. That's going to be a thing that I need to get at some point soon. We're going to probably use one I've had since I was a child. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. I'm going to try to pull the plunger out here. Yes, the plunger's coming out easily. Oh, that's super cool, actually. I did not expect that. I'm going to just set the plunger right here. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give credit where credit is due. This seemed like a reasonable tip. The guy that I saw put a straw down here. I don't know if it's necessary. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, and then what he did, I'm going to cut this off because this is going to be obnoxious. Too long. I'm going to probably keep this straw with... No, I won't. Guys, I tend to be a hoarder. Okay, let's go ahead and get down to it. The gentleman I saw just packed grease like we all know how to pack some bearings. This is the fun stuff right here. We're going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Now again, this is dipping out of a 14-ounce container. I will tell you how many ounces are in these, the Oregon ones. So yeah, you can see what that's going to do is that's going to allow some air to get out. That is awesome. That straw trick is really good. And please do understand that I'm not the one that came up with this. I'm trying to keep this pretty clean though, because I do not like messes. I do not like grease messes on top of it. But you kind of just can't help in a circumstance like this, can you? Now, one of the things, you don't want to overfill this for sure, because then you're going to have quite a mess, right? We're going to lose a little bit of volume or gain some volume when the straw gets pulled out, so that'll be nice. But again, I'm going to be careful not to go too much with it. Guys, this is all an effort to just save a few dollars, and you know what? It's really nice to have grease in a tub versus in a tool or a tube, right? Because I can go ahead and clean this up easily. I can keep this reasonable and I can keep it accessible right there on the bench. Guys, I probably have overfilled it, honestly. Oops. I was talking instead of paying attention. That's okay. I've already got messy hands, so I can go ahead and just take a dip out. All right, let's go ahead and remove this. Let's see how that works. Look at that. It totally provided a path. It already completely sealed it up. That's pretty neat. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to wipe that off. Dare I put the plunger back in with it as full as this? Should I or should I not? I'm going to take a little bit out, guys. I'm not going to be daring here. There we go. You know, I'm going to probably leave that right in there. Okay. So, here's the plunger. Let's go ahead and give that a shot right there. Look at that. I think that's going to be good. So we've put red grease in a blue grease gun. Okay. So naturally grease is messy. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this to pump out now. See if this was as easy as the gentleman made it appear. Oh yeah. Got some grease popping out. Yeah. Purple grease now. Look at that. We've got it, everybody. We've got purple grease. So that was successful. My Oregon push-in lube has been restored. Heck yeah. A little bit of money savings right there. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick this in here. That's perfect. I'm happy about that. Tell me if you've done something like this. Tell me if this is an epiphany. Gosh dang it. I always get grease on me, guys. Man, I do not like grease. That's one thing about excavation. You cannot get away from grease. You just end up greasy. on your shirt, everything. So all you need to refill one of these is very easy. All you need is a tub of inexpensive, whatever grease you want to use, a needle nose plier, and a straw. I hope that helps. If you can, go ahead and visit the gentleman that originally posted this. Let him know that I'm going to tag him in this video. But go ahead, and I don't even know if he's still an active YouTube creator, but I know the video was a few years old. If you do go and visit him, let him know that you came from over here and that I'm giving him credit for this excellent idea. That saves some money, everybody. You don't need to give Northern Tools $17. And there's a lot more grease left in here for sure. A ton of grease. This is the Okie Woodsman channel. I appreciate you guys watching again, and I hope to see you on the next one. I think that two-stroke oil is not going to be a problem. Awesome. Put this up here. All right, so I don't see any separation. Many people said that once it was mixed, it would stay mixed. And after a week's time, that has been the case. All right, so anyway, I think that I can feel fairly confident in running this stuff. Two good oils mixed together ought to make a decent mix. I probably won't do that again though.